Hey again everyone, welcome back. This is some background in Dune Awakening again, and also kind of talking about the Spice War situation in the PvP area of the Deep Desert. So the current state of PvP is very much, rather than genuine PvP, it's just more Spice Wars or just resource denial. You're just denying other guilds resources even if they're part of the same great house. So you always see heaps of just like shooting missiles at players to tell them go away, or they'll just completely chase you out. But generally, if they've got spice nearby, they won't chase you out. They won't try and kill you. They'll just try and shoo you off away from the carrier and just deny you get the spice, because they will keep mining the spice as long as they can. You just have a group that's constantly mining it. They are like small spice fields around you can go and exploit, but the larger ones, they'll make sure they've got hold of it. You can kind of get there just after a storm or during a storm hitting, because they'll move the carrier out because they don't want to risk losing it to the storm, because it'll be stranded there and be an easy target for anyone waiting in their still tents. Then so if you and also denial over small guilds, it's always okay because there's not really any other way to get spice. You can get in the basin, but it's very limited, especially when you start getting to tier 6. Well, I'm just up to tier 6 now, and you start getting a lot of spice. Well, the times I play as well, because I work night shift, I generally can get quite a lot of spice. There's not many players on. That's the weekend. But yeah, they'll try to force you off. And also, if you're really petty like me, you can just, if you get a group of your mates, you can completely ruin their whole entire spice mining by just harassing their carrier crawler. Because what you can do is that you can use the assault helicopter to get very high verticality really quickly and come down. You can go back up, come down sort of thing, and just keep strafing them. Especially if you've got protection for at least 1 or 2 scouts to keep anyone following you, because you can't outmaneuver a scout if a scout's on you, but if you've got a player, just make sure they're off you, you can completely ruin their mining adventures just with 2 players. They're kind of really vulnerable as well, so in the best situation, well, I think eventually anyone who's taking the spice crawlers out would be a bit more friendly towards players landing, because they don't want them whipping out their backup vehicle module and pulling out an armed ornithopter to start like breaking shit. It would be hilarious. So you can just, if they're going to deny you resources, you should deny them. Yeah, that's just the best way to go about it, because fair's fair. They say fuck around, find out, and they'll find out. Don't you worry. Especially if you really want you want to cripple it. If you cripple it, they will retreat. And what you can do, if you've got a las gun, or you can just use rockets, you can keep an idea where their base is, and they will, especially if they're in PvP zone, just wait when that storm, you wait around that storm rolls around, you can just start breaking in. Start using rockets and all that. And they get some ways a hole, back off and just launch rockets inside, kill them. Especially if you can find all of their thief, just destroy the thief. You claim the base and you got all these free resources. And also the PvP does need a bit of improving. So the current problem with PvP is there's no other ways to really get spice players that are not large groups. I'm not saying to get rid of PvP entirely, but probably have some in-game quests just to alleviate the pain, like solos and smaller groups. And sometimes you don't really feel like getting all your friends together, or know all your friends are on. You can't just go out there and get spice with a carrier and stuff. So like PvE rewards would be nice to make it a little easier. And also just make things easier for solos and things. Unfortunately, you're not being a Care Bear fuck off. It is more like players are not considering you, calling you a Care Bear or anything like that. Your casuals and your solo players, your lifeblood, your service in any game. So you need to keep them coming back in, keep them happy. So like those big guild sweats will always come back. And they live and breathe the game. So they also want to have some sort of dominance over the server. But you can also that's another thing I suggest solos and like small players, try and band together, trying to find a group of like-minded individuals in the server, help each other out, make trade. You don't necessarily have to be in a guild, you just have to be like on understanding terms. So you can just let them in, you can help each other, split resources. Then eventually you can just use that. And also you can, if you got to do much of a solid, you can group against them and attack them and just wipe them out. You can just keep bleeding on resources because you losing auto foxes or whatever, just even if you go on El Cheapo and just go back to the basin and just Dura aluminium, you can get lots of Dura aluminium. I'm sitting on like 3,000 Dura. I can make auto foxes for days. So you can just go back there and just wreak havoc just with the normal ones, because eventually you keep damaging those carriers and stuff, it just slows them down. They eventually leave for the resources, so you have to put on defensive. So it also makes them think they might call for a truce or something like that. Some players would. I remember if a player was like, I was going to go start wrecking shit while they're harvesting, they were like kind of like trying to be more cordial with me. He's like, oh no. Trying to be friendly to me because they don't want me whooping out it. Ornithopter, because our next project for like our tier 5 stuff is building disposable ornithopters rockets to contest players in the deep desert. It's just there to be lost. Obviously, you don't want to lose them. Ideally, we can lose them essentially. Maybe even set up find a route, set up like a rocket buggy on the ground and just shoot them out the sky. That'd be hilarious. Regis missiles, all these sort of things I'm planning on getting built. Push back. Also faction on faction PvP, especially like with Atreides, because I'm with Atreides. Obviously, fill on the screen the armor I'm wearing while I'm flying. I'm definitely Atreides. Well, Harkonnen is like, it's fair enough, like you can attack Harkonnen, whatever, but like Atreides on Atreides action, Harko on Harko action, it's just not, it's kind of dumb. But honestly, players are just greedy and want to make sure they get all the resources. So there should be some sort of penalty incurred if that happens. So you just stop it from happening altogether, because it's just not fair. You're trying to be like friendly towards your faction, essentially. Because you're part of a faction, you pick your traders contract or whatever. Should be some sort of bounty system or something like that. And you can't access anything until the bounty's cleared. They may even make them marked on Hager Basin until they do some sort of rudimentary quest or some cooldown payoff and some cooldown. Get a deep desert until it's cleared, just so it penalises them for attacking fellow faction members. Obviously, it doesn't occur when only occurs when you damage, disable something or something like that. And it's not instant, like one shot, or you're bad, good kill. Yeah, but with it now, it is. It's definitely what want improvements. So obviously other YouTubers have gone on about it, it should be improved. There's just more quality of life and obviously more fairness to the end game. It's just making it, is gating. What they're doing is they're gatekeeping a lot of players from actually doing it by being extremely toxic. Also, if you got this far, please leave a like, subscribe and a comment. And hopefully you follow my pinned links in the description. And follow me on stream or X, and I'll see you guys in the next one.